We have breaking news that the Social Security website has crashed again, and SSA commissioner says he expects payments to stop in the weeks and months to come.
From my knowledge of this agency, from what I've learned from these hardworking men and women, this chainsaw of the Musk-Trump co-presidency is gutting this agency. It is breaking it from within, and it ultimately will lead to cascading failures, interruptions, and system shutdowns that will eventually, and I think within the next couple of months, lead to benefit interruptions.
Hey there, welcome back to the channel. You heard it first on this channel. The SSA website has crashed again, and you heard the former Social Security Commissioner that he expects payments to be interrupted or stopped within 2 months. That means you may only get two more payments from the Social Security Administration. Folks, is it time to start worrying? Yes, we think it is. What can you do about the upcoming collapse? That's what we're going to dive into in this video. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe. Be sure to watch until the end when we go over the steps you can take right now to avoid this Social Security collapse. The Social Security Administration runs the largest government program in the United States, managing social insurance initiatives such as retirement, disability, and survivor benefits. In 2025, nearly 69 million Americans are expected to receive Social Security benefits each month, amounting to around $1.6 trillion in total benefits for the year, which represents 22% of the federal budget. Despite its high costs and the challenges posed by an aging population, Social Security remains highly favored among Americans. However, Elon Musk, the billionaire known for his Department of Government Efficiency, has referred to the agency as a Ponzi scheme, while he is currently reducing its workforce and budget. The agency intends to reduce its workforce by 7,000 employees through voluntary buyouts, resignations, or layoffs. However, the union representing SSA workers expects that the number of layoffs could exceed this target, potentially bringing the total staff down to 50,000. Acting Commissioner Leland Dudek has informed employees that decisions at the agency are being influenced by external figures. Musk, Donald Trump, and others have suggested that these actions are aimed at addressing significant fraud issues within the agency. Dudek was appointed acting commissioner after he reportedly secretly shared information with DOGE staff. He has threatened to shut down the agency in response to a court order barring DOGE from accessing the data. The SSA website has crashed several times this month. It's been reported DOGE staff want to migrate all Social Security data and rewrite code in months, which could cause system collapse and further outages. A longtime SSA employee and military veteran who requested to remain anonymous for fear of retaliation said,
They have these concepts of plans that they're hoping are sticking, but in reality are really hurting American people. No one knows what's going on. They're just coming up with ideas at the top of their head. It's just been a lot of craziness, a lot of foolishness. Until they get rid of DOGE and the person in office right now, and the Republicans actually get a backbone and stand up for something for once in their lives, things are just going to be complete chaos. That's really the best word to describe SSA right now. Just complete, utter chaos. They couldn't understand the coding, so everything they said SSA was doing illegally, they weren't. Common sense is something they lack. They don't know what they're doing.
Riche Couture, a spokesperson for the AFGE, said, DOGE's public targets for cuts make no sense.
Why are they cutting 7,000 jobs? It has never been explained with any degree of clarity how they came up with that figure. What's being served by that by a loss of 7,000 jobs? How does any of that supposedly makes this operation more efficient? How does it improve service? How does it improve productivity? Our position is that losing 7,000 people doesn't do any of those things. I don't think they're going to stop at 7,000 people lost. If they lose 10,000 or 12,000, they're running up their high score. They're able to brag about it.
Departments at the agency have been closed and reorganized. with workers forced to take reassignments or risk firings, and all workers have been ordered to return to the office 5 days a week. Couture noted the return to office order occurred a day before a buyout offer was set to expire, in violation of union contract agreements, and the offices were not prepared or equipped to handle it, as many workers had no desks or equipment to work. Phone services for the public have also been cut, and field and regional offices are slated for closure around the U.S.
There is no safe office in this country. It's a concerted attack on the legitimacy of Social Security itself. The promise that this country has made to the public with respect to income security is being broken.
Staff reductions occur even though staffing levels are at their lowest in 50 years, while the agency is assisting a record number of recipients due to the rising population of individuals over 65 in the U.S. In August 2024, the SSA's Inspector General's office revealed that a significant backlog of payment actions affecting Social Security beneficiaries was caused by insufficient staffing, heavier workloads, and reduced funding for the agency. This situation has led to improper payments, as there were not enough staff to keep records updated.
The situation was creating a negative feedback loop where, as more employees leave, more work is put on those remaining, depressing morale and inducing more to leave until the agency ends up in a death spiral with staffing, inducing office closures. You're going to see a wholesale collapse in the agency's service structure. Call wait times will skyrocket, wait times for appointments, processing times, all of it going to skyrocket because there won't be enough people to do the jobs, which opens the door to privatization.
Musk has called Social Security the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time and has consistently pushed false claims and conspiracies about the program. On Senator Ted Cruz's podcast last month, Musk repeated a white supremacist conspiracy theory that Democrats use entitlements to attract and retain undocumented immigrants as voters. This week, Musk shared a chart of immigrants receiving Social Security numbers, falsely claiming they were receiving benefits, though the program of providing Social Security numbers to legal immigrants began under Trump's first term as part of program to facilitate employment. He's also falsely claimed dead people are receiving benefits, despite the acting commissioner of the SSA has dispelled the claim. In 2024, Social Security direct deposit fraud was at a rate of 0.0625%, and less than 1% of Social Security payments had been found to be incorrect. U.S. Commerce Secretary and billionaire Howard Lutnick claimed in an interview on a podcast earlier this month that only a fraudster would complain about missing a Social Security benefit check. John Ortel, a retired SSA employee for over 32 years in Redding, California, said,
I worked there for 32 and a half years, and I rarely saw cases of fraud. Because the agency is so understaffed that people who report their income, that's not getting reported into the system. Musk and his group are saying, look at all these people who are being overpaid. They must be committing fraud. They're not committing fraud. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But because there are so few employees, none of that information is getting into the system.
Ortel also dismissed false claims from Trump and Musk that dead people are getting Social Security benefits.
They don't understand or they don't care. Those people aren't collecting benefits, but the numbers are still technically active because you can't just erase Social Security numbers. Numbers began being issued in the 1930s and are not deleted or reused, so they still remain in the system. President Trump, Elon Musk, and whoever the next commissioner is going to be, I really think their ultimate goal is just to destroy Social Security.
Now let's hear from the new administration commissioner, Leland Dudick. Here is his response.
We have listened to our customers, Congress, advocates, and others, and we are updating our policy to provide better customer service to the country's most vulnerable populations. In addition to extending the policy's effective date by 2 weeks to ensure our employees have the training they need to help customers, Medicare, disability, and SSI applications will be exempt from in-person identity proofing because multiple opportunities exist during the decision process to verify a person's identity.
in regard to office closures, they said.
To use our space more efficiently, we provided the General Services Administration a list of leases for termination and claimed that the return to office mandate was ordered to ensure maximum staffing is available to support the stronger in-person identity proofing requirement.
On claims of waste, fraud, and abuse, a spokesperson said,
The agency will continue to monitor and, if necessary, make adjustments to ensure it pays the right person, the right amount at the right time, while safeguarding the benefits and programs it administers.
What do you think? Is Elon and DOGE trying to break Social Security? We want to know what you think, so please leave us a comment below.